What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Xenoblade Chronicles. Last time, we did some things around Frontier Village, actually, where we are now, and learned more about the legend of the mythical Empress. And then we had to kill her, of course. But you know what? I mean, everything's fine, guys. We learned about it. It was kind of cool, I guess. And well, in this episode, you guys know exactly what we're doing. We're doing more side quests, of course, obviously. I mean, this is the post-game, technically. So really what else is there to do other than finish up all the rest of the remaining side quests? But we are still back here in Frontier Village for one specific purpose. And that is we have some high Intia here that we actually need to invite to Colony 6. And this will kind of lead us down a path of side quests that we can take care of around Colony 6. And the first guy we want to invite to Colony 6 is right over here. This is Don Argentis. Let me not zoom in too close. Let's talk to him. Did you hear the rumors about the wonderful Colony 6? People of any race are welcome. I'm thinking about moving there. You never know, they might need a high Intia representative. I mean, there's already some high Intia there, but, I mean, you should go. Oh, you will not be disappointed. Leave all Colony 6 high Intia matters to me. Ah, here I come, Colony 6. Don Argentis has moved to Colony 6, but he does know that the princess of the, or I guess the Empress of the High Intia is standing in front of him, so he doesn't really have to worry about High Intia business anyway. But with that, that's actually everything we have to do here in Frontier Village. The next place we actually need to head for another member of the High Intia is actually Sator Marsh. More specifically, all the way over here near the sororal statues. So let's head right down over here and see if we can find this high Intia that we need to invite as well. Should be back around here somewhere. Somewhere in this back corner, I think. She may be out during the daytime. So I could be wrong about that. Let me find her, if anything. This isn't her, is it? No, this is a man. Unless this is her in the back corner back here. I don't think that's correct, but nope, high Intia refugee. High Intia refugee. Well, let me change the time to day and see if that solves our problems. I always forget about which time of day these folks are out, so it always makes it a bit more confusing. This, I think, is you. You have a quest for me, though. No, it's not Rosiel. That is not the high Intia we are looking for. Alright, let me find her in my affinity chart, and I'll just meet you guys once I find this high Intia we're looking for. Alright, so the high Intia we're looking for is none other than Zell Argentis. She's right over here next to the pod. And yes, that is Don Argentis' daughter. I wonder where my father and sister have gone. I cannot get any news here. If only I were in a place with people from all over the world. Well, if you head to Colony 6, I guarantee you'll find one of your yeah. What? My father, Don Argentis, is living in that colony? Thank you, thank you. I'm fed up of living alone. I'm heading straight there. Alright, and she moves as well. Not too shabby. That is not... Oh, Wings of Nobility. That means we have talked to every winged high Intia, so yeah. Or we've talked to every named high Intia at least once, so we can now fill in our... she was not in our affinity chart before this, so I mean, she just now showed up in our affinity chart, which is pretty nice, and that means we have talked to every winged high Intia at least once, so not too shabby at all. Unfortunately, that is not everyone we need to invite to Colony 6 to kind of start this side quest chain that we're looking to complete in this episode. We do actually need to head to one more location, and that just so happens to be Colony 9. So I'm actually going to meet you over with the person we need to invite to Colony 6 in just a moment. Alright, he happens to be standing right here behind the gem man's stall. This is Alexi.
How's it going?
You got a minute? Thinking about moving out of here, you see. Do you reckon Colony 6 sounds like my kind of place? From what I hear, I could really make something of myself there. I heard they built a watchtower. I'd love to volunteer towards helping with the reconstruction. What do you think? We're basically done with the reconstruction, but I mean, sure, you can head on there, I guess. Ha, yes, goodbye, Colony 9. It's off to greener pastures for me, the new frontier. I'm not going to hang around a second longer. See you there. And he's now moved as well. And, ooh, enemies are attacking one of the colony's ether plants. Maybe they are attracted to the ether there. I forgot about this. This is Defend Colony 6 Demon. Defeat Dragon King Dragonia in the area of the ether plant at Hope Farm. This is interesting, and I'll show you why. I want to change the time to day first. I'll go ahead and show that off first before we start the side quest, I guess, because this is actually a bit interesting. So Hope Farm is right up here by the main entrance. The name may have given it away, both the Defend Colony 6 Demon title and also the name of the monster we're fighting. But I do want to show this off. You can actually already see him up there. Yeah, that's a dragon. One of only 2 that we've ever had to face up at this point, and he's level 99. For those of you that don't know, the level cap for our party is level 99, which, well, I'm not gonna fight him. I mean, technically, I could build a squad, like, with the right gems and equipment that could possibly take him on. But, I mean, as long as you stay over there and away from the actual colony, I'm just gonna leave you be for now. I definitely do not want to have to try to take this guy on. It's, yeah, I'd rather not. And, whoa, what are you doing up there? Just a resident? Oh, okay. I was like, I'd never even noticed a guy sitting up there, which is a bit interesting, but, oh, it's just a Colony 6 resident. I'm looking for, actually, I know exactly what I'm looking for, and I know exactly where I need to go. I just ran over here for absolutely no reason. We're looking for Zell Argentis, who is actually, that exclamation point kind of over by Junks. She's up over this way. I'll kind of walk you there myself, I guess. She's actually up top up here, I think. No, I'm looking in her direction, but she's not. She must be down here then. Wait, what? Am I? Oh, no, that's down there. That's... Well, she should be around here somewhere. At least I thought. Unless I have my time wrong. Let's change the time. And I think she's up here at, like, late afternoon, maybe? Yes, right over here. There we go. Sweet. Zell Argentis, what's going on?
How's things?
Oh, you're just in time. I'm in a spot of bother. English dialect. Or not English dialect, but, like, British dialect. I'm about to go out with... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm about to go out with... friends. Could you please keep Father occupied while I do? He does worry so much when I leave him alone at night. My father never changes. That is why I need to keep him busy. He needs a distraction. Alright, so we need to have a chat with Dawn Argentis. So she's going to meet a friend, and we're going to distract him. Just keep my father occupied by talking to him. It'd mean a great deal to me. Rest assured that we will attend to your issue with haste. Alright. So, why don't we take care of that? And I do believe... Dawn Argentis only comes out at nighttime, and in fact, I'm just going to meet you over at his location. Alright, I went a lot farther than I needed to, so Zell was just over there, and he comes out during the day, and he's literally just right over here, so why don't we talk to him? I hear you and I have some business today, no? My daughter has requested you keep me company in her absence, am I right? Yeah. Yes, I thought I was right. Zell is a kind soul. Whenever she's with friends, she has someone come talk to me. Alright, well, let's keep talking, why don't we? Yes? You wish to discuss something else? How about we talk about my daughter? I can assure you I shan't be lonely even if you were not here. Well, let's stay and chat. Well, I often count and then pluck blades of grass in my garden. She usually gets back after I picked about 10,000 blades. But I wish she would not miss our curfew. That is when I have to count even more blades than usual. Okay, interesting. What is it? You still want to chat? I often stew over what to do when Zell breaks our curfew. What would you do if she was your daughter? Tell me. They'd probably softly explain the problem. By the way, there are right and wrong answers here, so you should follow along with me. I share your opinion. I often get angry at her actions, but I forgive her nevertheless. She is my little girl, and she always will be. As long as she returns home, safely to me, I'm a happy father. Alright, one more time. We'll just keep you busy for a little bit longer. What now? Oh, you want to hear more of Zell? She'll be home soon. This will have to be the last This will have to be our last little chat. Let me see. Ah, yes. I'm troubled over Zelle's choice in men. Her fiancé, to be precise. It is ultimately her choice, but I fail to see what she sees in him. He is poor and weak-minded. What do you think? I'd say they probably need to show commitment. Perhaps you are right. If they are committed, adversity is but an afterthought. They may or may not live a life of poverty, but they will be happy. That is the end of our interesting little chat. You have helped me to consider many things I would not have. Find Zelle later and she will give you your payment. Alright, sounds good. So, let's go talk to Zelle. In fact, she'll be right over here, so I'll just change the time. No need to cut ahead or anything like that. I usually only do that if it's just going to speed up the video, you know, just a little bit. But considering the difference it would take for me to walk here and change the time, it's not really worth cutting ahead and things like that. So, let's talk to Zelle once more. I greatly appreciate this. Thank you. I hope I was some help. Father has been acting strange recently. Perhaps he has found out about my sweet Lexi. Never mind. Thank you. Please accept this token as a token of my appreciation. And she disappears. Actually, don't know where she's gone, but we did get... It turns out it was all a diversion so that Zelle Argentus could see her boyfriend. Well, I guess actually it'd be her fiance, at least according to her father. Oh, no, they're actually here together. And funny enough, Alexi has a quest for us, and I think we should probably take care of this. Where did you go? I've been looking for you. Did Zelle tell you about us? That's the problem, you see. She's been telling people about us, and now her dad knows. You should see him. He's absolutely fuming with rage. He kept saying that he never approved, no matter what. I did my best to bring him around, but it was of no use. He wants 5 scratch jewels and 2 lucky Chokin rings. But that's impossible, and he knows it. Things aren't looking good for me and Zelle. I'm begging you, please help us. So I need at least 5 scratch jewels and 2 lucky Chokin rings from these different locations. But luckily, I have everything we need, so we're actually already done. Thank you. You're the only ones I can ask. Me and Zelle's relationship is in your hands. So we can literally turn around and talk to him immediately. And that's it. We've completed the quest. Perfect. Thanks. I'll rush these over to Zelle's dad. You wait here. Zelle will want to thank you personally. Alright, and the screen fades to black as he runs over. And he's back. It didn't work. He admitted that I'd managed to bring him what he asked. Then he started going on about how I'm no good for Zelle. There's nothing I can do. He's his daughter's father. Looks like I just have to take whatever he throws at me. Sorry I made you go through all that work for nothing. And he's actually disappeared this time. Maybe it's just the cutscene, or maybe they've actually run off. No, it seems they actually ran off. It's a bit interesting. Maybe we should talk to her father. In fact, her father does have the next quest for us. So we'll walk right over here and see what he has to say. What's up, Don? You there, you must know. I cannot find my dear daughter. Do you know where she could be? So, we should be there. We should be there soon. Then we can get on with our lives in peace. It's not been easy to find. Are you sure we will be okay there? It won't be easy to begin with, but we'll be on our feet in no time, as long as we stick together. So it appears they've run off together towards Satoral Marsh. So we need to stop the elopement, so you won't say, I wish I'd never gone against her decision in the first place. Then I would not be worrying about where she is now. Alright, so we need to head off towards Satoral Marsh. More specifically, it's actually an area we've already been to. In fact, I'll kind of show it off. We are heading to the Nampan Refuge. So we need to head to the glowing obelisk and head up from there. I'm actually just going to meet you guys inside. Also, just because I absolutely cannot remember for the life of me if I've mentioned this before, be careful when running through this area because there just happens to be a Bunya Despotic Arsene level 108. You may remember we saw another monster that was a bit higher leveled, or a bit lower leveled than this guy, and he's getting awfully close, actually. I don't want to be that close. That is known as a super boss. Now, I know I definitely talked about super bosses before, at one point or another. They all appear after the events of Mechonis Core, and they are deadly. Now, granted, that particular, super boss is actually the only one I've ever beaten before, and I beat it at like level 70. And this was like without like properly planned out gear and stuff as well. So I'll be honest, that one in particular isn't very difficult. At least I've never found it to be difficult. I've been able to defeat it with ease pretty much. But I just thought I would point that out. But we have Zell Argentis and Alexi here. Now, before you talk to Zell Argentis, I highly, highly recommend you look over at Alexi and you trade with him. So I do actually want to make a trade. And I want to trade for the Sacred Panther. And wow. I was going to say, you want to trade for exactly 2 of these. And this is important for later. You definitely want to make sure you have 2 of these, and luckily I have just enough items to take. So let's do this, and then 1 more. We have just enough. Luckily we have shulks. We have a certain part of shulks, like skill links or skill chart, I forget what it's called, that allows for like a discount on prices. So we're just able to trade. Ooh, and we got a thick run of high, which is another thing that you're going to want. So you're going to want at least 2 of these Sacred Panthers for later. Well, you're going to at least want them if you do not have... oh, no. Wait. Never mind. We're fine. I thought I traded for the wrong item. We're good. That scared me so bad, actually. I accidentally traded for the wrong item and didn't even realize it. I guess we have another Angel Engine X, but you notice this item is from the Central Factory. You can't get it anymore, but you want 2 Sacred Panthers, and the reason you want them is for something that we'll see very shortly. Not in this episode, but definitely the next one for sure, and I'll show you why that is, because you actually need to use these to trade for another item, and I'll get back to that later. So you can pick any item that he has, and you want to overtrade. So we'll trade this. We'll make sure we get an overtrade. And we want to make sure that we have at least 3 Rana hides. I'm just going to go ahead and trade for all 3 because I don't know exactly how many that I have, and I don't know how to check. So we'll just get 3 of these, and you want to want both of these. So 3 thick Rana hides. That's going to be useful for later, as well as those 2 Sacred Panthers. Actually, I'll say you want to get the 2 Sacred Panthers if you do not have 2 energy aubergines. Of course, we can't get those anymore as they're a not a central factory, but a Mechonis Field collectible. You technically can get them from Colony 6, but they are extremely rare. So I'd recommend if you don't have them, if you don't have at least 2 of those, trade for 2 Sacred Panthers that you can use to trade for them a little bit later. I won't be doing that now, of course. We'll take care of that a little bit later. But once you have all those items traded for, we can now talk to Zell Argentis. It's no use. He won't listen to you. Pardon me? It's no use. He won't listen to you. Okay, you have the quest marker, but let me talk to Alexi maybe. Come to take us back, have you? We're not going back there. Not in that place, but sadness. Oh, I see. I need a different character. Maybe Shulk? I'm not actually sure who needs to talk with him. Okay, it's not Shulk. Who's it gonna be then? I don't even know. Actually, I think it might be Charla.
How's things?
Oh, it is. I've been waiting for you. For me? You appear to be the only one who can best understand my feelings. I thought that a change of scenery would change my life. It looks that such a thing is not so easy to achieve. You're not wrong. I used to live at the camp, so I know how it feels. It's certainly not nice living in a cave. That is not it. Or that it is not, sorry. Bathing is a far cry from what I'm used to, and food is scarce. The ground is so hard I cannot sleep properly. But you've got a home you can go back to if you want. Wouldn't it be better to go back there? You are right. I do want to be in the colony, live in that house, and see my family. Do you think you could persuade Alexi to take us back? I just don't have the willpower to ask him to change his mind. Okay, I'll talk to him. Thank you so very much. Alright, and now we can talk to Alexi.
How's it going?
Hello there, Alexi, wasn't it? How's everything going here? Not too bad. It's not as convenient as the colony, but we're adapting just fine. You mean, you are coping. But what about her? You mean Zell? She looks like she's settled in, but it's still... She looks like she's settled in, but it's early days still. Just give her time and she'll be fine, just like me. How long are you guys going to live here for? Forever. Is that really what you want? Have you thought about children? This isn't the place to raise them. And you and them will get lonely without anyone to talk to. Look at her. Zell looks far from being happy, Alexei. Well, there's some truth to that. Have you thought about going back to Colony 6? You wouldn't have to worry about having children with Zell. You could raise a family and live happily together. I know. There's one problem, Zell's pig-headed dad. You love Zell, don't you? Of course I love her, more than anything in the world. And how about her father? Stubborn as he is, don't you think he loves her too? He loves her. A father that dotes that much on a daughter must love her. Have you asked Zell how she feels about her father? I don't imagine for a minute that she hates him either. But you're forcing her to put you before her own father. You're ignoring both her and her father's feelings in all this. I know, but look into Zell's eyes, and you'll know what her heart is saying. All I can see is a sad and tormented young woman. You're right. We'll go back. Go back to Colony 6. That's good to hear. I know it wasn't my place to say any of that, but it needed to be said. No, I'm glad you said it. You spoke like you feel the same towards your family and friends. You must cherish them a lot. I'm glad you came here. Otherwise, I'd still be blind to her feelings. Now you're starting to make me blush. Anyone would have done the same. Well, I suppose me and Zell should pack our things for the journey. Hopefully we'll get to see each other again back at the colony. Alright, and the quest has been updated. So we do actually need to head back to Colony 6 to talk with them one more time. So let's do just that. And I'll meet you guys over with Zell and Alexei. Excuse me, not with Zell and Alexei, but with Don Argentis. My daughter has returned, he persuaded her, and for that I am truly grateful. Good, it was our pleasure. We are considering whether the three of us should live together. It will be difficult for me to adjust, but with time I will find a way. I don't really have a choice. You'll be fine. Don't be too hard on them now, will you? I won't make that mistake. Compared to the pain I would put my daughter through, it is nothing. And now my daughter and her man will be happy together. That is what is most important. You are not wrong. It was a miracle that two so very different people found each other. Some might even call it fate. And now they can be happy. And I wish you all the happiness in the world as well. Love and affection overcome all. They're infectious, traveling from person to person. And in fact, you do actually need Charlotte for this quest and to talk with Don Argentis at the end, because when you do, you get a satellite shot, but also Charlotte's affection skill branch has been unlocked. Ooh, and a nice level up as well. Level 81. I think that makes everyone in the party now level 81. In fact, Ricky's level 82. I like how he's the highest leveled member of the party. I think that's hilarious, actually. So let's see. I do want to go over to skill trees. And I'm sorry, it was Shulk's skill tree, by the way. I want to mention that. It's, yes, Hero's Privilege. It allows low value items to be offered when trading. And if you have Ricky in the party as well, you can use the same for Friends Now, which ups that just a little bit more. So you can use that as well. But Charlotte's 5th skill branch has been unlocked. Affection. So this is, overall, it prioritizes, or it improves her max HP, but improves her healing hearts after being warned of a vision. So her healing arts are boosted by 25% after seeing a vision, which is absolutely fantastic. Healing arts restore more HP, which is also really good. 10% bedside manners. Hearty Cry heals the party slightly after successful affinity burst. Grants ether protection buff with battle start affinity, and heals remaining party members when incapacitated. So if Charlotte is to go down in battle, everyone else restores 20% of their max HP, which is pretty incredible. So we're going to put this on right now and probably never take it off, because all these healing things, if we ever need them in any battle, are going to be incredible. And so we should definitely take advantage of them. But with that being said, that's technically not everything I want to take care of. There is one more thing that I do want to take care of, and I'll meet you guys there in just a moment. I am sorry about that. I had to make a quick cut there, but I actually want to trade again with Alexei, because now that he's back in Colony 6, he has different items to trade. Not night vision gems, though those will be useful later, but actually the golden cog. You can see that other area type that we need, which is, well, of course, important. We'll trade the sarsaparilla, I guess. And we got a golden cog. Wow, this is amazing. And he'll give us a small ore. That's fine, I guess. And we get the achievement Shining in Practicality. Of course, you guys know exactly where we're going with this. Heading over to the Collectopedia and heading over to the Others tab, because this is the last part of the parts section. We can add this. Categories complete, and we get an EXP up 5 gem, another one, which is pretty nice, which means we only have one more item to go before our entire Collectopedia is completely done. And I've never actually completed the Collectopedia, but I have heard a lot of people say that this last item is very much so a pain to get. It'll probably be one of the last things that we do, because it's such a pain to get. Like I said, we'll take care of it much later on, so it'll have to come at a later point. But I think that actually with that should be everything that I want to take care of for this episode here. So if you guys did like this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. It helps the channel a lot. And if you want to see more content like this, please do consider subscribing. Once again, guys, my name is Connor. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.